Hello everyone. It's me, Chaff Commander Coffee, back with traditional draft War of the Spark. Oh yes, we still have more to play. I got myself a fresh cup of tea, so let's pick some cards. It's a God Eternal. What? Yeah, I haven't actually played with Rhonas yet, so double the power of each other creature you control until end of turn. Those creatures gain vigilance. Oh boy. Seems pretty good. I mean, all the God Eternals are pretty good. Rubble Belt Rioters. Now, they don't actually synergize very well with God Eternal Rhonas, so kind of tempted not to pick them. We could go for like a green-white Proliferate with God Eternal Rhonas. Maybe we could blow people out of the game with Bond of Discipline, but to be honest, if we're dropping God Eternal Rhonas, do we need Bond of Discipline? Probably not. Trusted Pegasus sounds like it could be pretty dank with God Eternal Rhonas, giving something flying and double power. Let's pick up the Trusted Pegasus and see if we can't play some green-white. We want quite a low curve if we want to get the most out of Rhonas, and we could run Makeshift Battalion. That could be quite nice for that. We've also got a Grateful Apparition to proliferate with, but it's not the best proliferation card. Battalion just allows us to push some early damage in, just be a bit aggressive really. So maybe we pick up the Makeshift Battalion over the Grateful Apparition. We could also pick up Vraska, but her assassin creatures aren't so good with Rhonas, because they only become 2 power, so I think we'll take the Makeshift Battalion. And what do we have in this pack? We've got a Forced Landing and a Crawl Stinger in our colours. The rest is pretty dry. There's nothing else in our colours. We could also play Rhonas in a different style of deck. Play Rhonas in a red-green deck. We could take Tybalt's Rager. We could play Naya. We could play red-green-white. But Rhonas is a bit difficult to splash, so we'd have to be pretty heavy on the green. I don't mind having Death Touchers. They can be pretty handy against all sorts of decks. But so is Forced Landing. But I think we want creatures on board more than anything, so we'll take the Crawl Stinger. Here, I'm quite happy to pick up a Rising Populace. I think that works very nicely with God Eternal Rhonas as well as Proliferate. And we could take another Makeshift Battalion or a Gideon's Triumph. I think I'm going to take the Removal. Removal's always good to have. And what do we want here? Defiant Strike seems pretty good. Allows us to cycle through our deck and trade up. And another Makeshift Battalion or a Lockstone Sergeant. Lockstone Sergeant lets us push with our creatures, but Makeshift Battalion actually powers up. So we'll take another Makeshift Battalion. War Screecher seems pretty good, being able to swing with some stuff in the air that our opponent might not be able to block. Vivian's Grizzly is also pretty solid. Since we've got we will be pretty heavy on creatures. But I think I like the Flyers in this deck. I think Flyers are going to be really powerful. And another Rising Populace seems also pretty good, so let's take that. Steady Aim. Could be really good. If we're swinging with like a Makeshift Battalion, we can then untap it and do funky stuff with that. I probably like it more than the Arboreal Grazer. I mean, it is a creature, but do we care about ramping if our curve is going to be quite low? I don't think so, so we'll take Steady Aim. A Forced Landing is pretty good. I'll pop it in the sideboard for now, but we might main deck it. We may end up playing in blue if we run Proliferate, so we might want to look at picking up some solid blue cards. Unfortunately, Jace is not one of them. What else could we run? Ugin's Conjurance, a nice thing we can play on curve. We've got Aven Eternal as a flyer if we want to splash into blue. Thundering Ceratok gives everything trample, which could be really powerful with God Eternal Rhonas. Centaur Nurturer is also pretty decent at ramping us and also just giving us some life. Bloom Hulk's nice for Proliferate. I think I want to take the Bloom Hulk over anything else. Ooh, Prison Realm. That's really good. Yeah, I'll definitely pick up a Prison Realm. I wouldn't mind the Vivian's Grizzly wheeling, or maybe the War Screecher or the Bulwark Giant, but I'll definitely take a Prison Realm here. The Wanderer, okay. So we've got the option between the Wanderer, another War Screecher, or a Thundering Ceratok. I think the Wanderer, as removal, is very nice. And having one is, I'm definitely not going to be disappointed having the Wanderer in the deck. Also works nice with Proliferate. Here we've got, a Ceratok, Grizzly, or Battalion. I don't think we want another Battalion, but I definitely want a Grizzly. Do I want a Grizzly over Ceratok? We did see Grizzlies in the other packs, so we might be able to wheel one, but we could also wheel a Ceratok. I think we want the lower curve creature, preferably. Okay, here we could get a Loxodon Sergeant, a Silverwing, or maybe a Defiant Strike. I think I like Defiant Strike as just something that cantrips through the deck. And we could pick up an Iron Bully, which helps us with putting counters on things. And also is a menace creature. Here, I think we will pick up New Horizons as another way to put counters on things. And also ramp us. We could pick up Courage and Crisis or Pouncing Lynx. Getting that as a early creature could be quite nice. I think I like it over Martyr for the Cause. I think we'll pick up Pouncing Lynx. Here, I guess a Charmed Stray in case we pick up like 2 or 3 of them in the other packs. Okay, so we didn't get the Grizzly, but we do get another War Screecher, which is pretty nice. Works very nicely with the makeshift battalions. Cool, we got another Charmed Stray, I guess. And Godfarer's Statue. Might be nice to have as a curve topper, just to throw our opponent off. Guess we'll take a Sarkhan's Catharsis in case we want to splash that to blow our opponent's face off. Okay, we've got a Kaya, which is pretty decent. Got a Wanderer's Strike. Aside from that, the pack's pretty empty. Do I prefer Kaya or Wanderer's Strike? We're going to be very creature heavy, so I think protecting Kaya is going to be quite easy. And it might get rid of problematic blockers. Wanderer's Strike does let us just exile something on the spot and proliferate our board up. But I think we're probably more likely to want Kaya than anything else.
I heard you had some dead things that needed to stay dead.
Indeed. Here, Enforcer Griffin's pretty sweet. We also got Courage and Crisis. I think I like the Enforcer Griffin more. This is a large flyer that hits our opponent. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. Unfortunately, I think our curve's a little bit too low to make use of Kiora, but Mowu is going to be really nice. Yeah, we can definitely make use of Mowu, so pop Mowu in the deck. What do we want here? Another New Horizons, a Mana Geode, Guild Globe, a War Screecher, or a Bond of Flourishing. I think I like the Bond of Flourishing here just to search our deck a bit quicker to try and find our Rhonas. In this pack, I like Battlefield Promotion as a combat trick. And what could we pick up here? Another Enforcer Griffin, or another Battlefield Promotion, or another Charmed Stray. Or maybe it's just another Defiant Strike as a cantrip. It does work very nicely with the Pouncing Lynx and some of the flyers. But so does Battlefield Promotion. We don't want a hand just full of Defiant Strikes, I guess, is the thing. Maybe we just take another Griffin. Difficult decision. I think I'm liking the... I think I'm liking Battlefield Promotion. We picked up Mowu, we've got some Proliferate. Yeah, and it does give First Strike as well, which is also very nice. We'll pick up another War Screecher here. Oh, waiting for the server. Is the server dying? Cannot not handle our curve. Is our curve way too low for it? Snare Spinner or Crovod? We've got a decent number of flyers, so I don't think we need the Spinner, but does the Crovod do very much? Not a huge deal. I think I probably want the Spinner more than the Crovod, so I guess we'll take the Spinner. And Guild Globe can go in the sideboard. Courage and Crisis, perfect. Love one of those in the deck. Another Guild Globe, I suppose. Another War Screecher. Charmed Stray. And another Charmed Stray. Huh. Got 4 Charmed Strays. Is it worth running 4 Charmed Stray? I think if I picked up every Charmed Stray that I saw, we'd probably have like 6 or 7. Which could actually be quite funny, but... Alright, let's think about what we want to take out the deck. I don't think we need 4 War Screechers. We need the Bond of Flourish. I don't think we need the Snare Spinner really either. Or the Steady Aim. We've got a lot of flying creatures, so I don't think we need it. Do we need the Death Touch? It can be nice, especially if we get counters on it. We need ways to put counters on things. I don't think we need the Godfarer statue. Do we necessarily need the Kaya? Not necessarily, but it's nice to have. And it does help us, like the New Horizons does help us ramp up to some of those big boys. Maybe we take the Bond of Flourishing out. And we could cut... Do we just cut the Defiant Strikes? I don't think so. They do cycle. Man, this is difficult. Our curve's very low. We could just run 16 lands, and then maybe we just make 1 cut. We could cut the Kaya and then a Plains, I guess. Since our curve basically stops at 3, we're looking to beat our opponent down pretty quickly. Let's try it. Let's try Rhonas Beatdown. Let's give it a bash. Let's go with 16 lands. I know it's a bit dangerous, but given that our curve stops at 3, I think pretty much stops at 3. I think it's safe to run 16 lands. So we'll see how this goes. This hand seems fine. We can play the links, maybe get a good trade with the Defiant Strike. We could put Iron Bully's counter on Mowu. Let's drop the Forest. We'll play the links to follow that up. There's a Saheeli. Okay, let's drop the Rising Populace and swing with the links. We want to kill Saheeli before they go off with spells too much. We need another green mana. Okay, that's kind of annoying. As Prison Realm. So we could Prison Realm the Tybalt's Demon. We could swing at Tybalt, because Tybalt's going to cause more issues than Saheeli, I think. And then we could Defiant Strike to finish him off. We don't even necessarily need to Defiant Strike him. We could just Iron Bully on the... Well, I don't want them to proliferate with, like, contentious plans, so I think we... Do we want a Prison Realm? It seems like it might be a little bit of a waste. Do we care about losing the links? A lot of considerations to be made. I think we Prison Realm here. We want to scry, we want to scry. So we get to exile this. We get to scry a War Screecher. Might be a good way to finish off the Saheeli and also pump our board. So I think we'll keep that. We'll exile that. We'll have both our boys go at Tybalt. Our opponent seems to be stuck on 3 mana, so... Okay, they're just going to let it go through. No need to use the Defiant Strike then, so let's just end the turn. Callous Dismissal, okay. They're gonna not even swing, okay. So let's drop the Mowu and swing at Saheeli with our links. So they could block it with everything. They're not going to block it, so we're going to Defiant Strike the links and kill the Saheeli.
Time to come up with a new plan.
Alright, so opponents lost both their Planeswalkers and their board's pretty weak. So they better have some good removal here. Awesome. Okay, they've got nothing. I can't believe they have nothing, so let's start by playing the War Screecher. It looks like our opponent might just have nothing. Let's drop the Iron Bully. Crush Descent, okay, fair enough. No attacks. Have they got removal for Mowu? Callous Dismissal, okay. Buffing that into a 4/4. Swing for 4, no blocks. Okay, we got Gold Eternal Rhonas, but with not enough green mana to play her. I think we drop the Makeshift Battalion. Okay, they're going to counter that. Alright. Scrying to the bottom. We just pass. Kyora's Dambreaker. Okay, so they're going to get a 5/5. I would love to find a forest here for Rhonas. That would be great. And we will take the 5, which we're not happy about, but we kind of have to do. Okay, there's a forest. Do we Rhonas now, or do we try and drop more creatures? I think if we drop Mowu and then Battlefield Promotion Mowu, that could be pretty powerful. Let's see what our opponent's got. A Dovin? Okay. So if they dove in the Mowu, that's fine. We can still block one of their creatures. So let's block the Dambreaker, and that will be the only block we make. Okay, so now we can drop the Rising Populace. And another War Screecher. And let's... do we hit Dovin for 1? I think we hit Dovin for 1. Donk.
You're not entirely incompetent.
They're going to swing with everything. I'm just swinging with the big boys. Okay, let's block them. Rhonas is going to give all our creatures vigilance, so
excellent, and you're, well, not.
Dovin's going to die. So War Screech is going to kill Dovin. Mowu's going to go at face for 6. They can't kill the Mowu, they can't kill the War Screecher. They're just going to block Mowu. He's got Trample. They're just going to let it go through.
These results are an anomaly.
Okay, so Rhonas has got a good block on any of their creatures, depending on what they do here. Okay, Rhonas is going to block that. Screech is going to go in front of the 5/5. So Rhonas comes back in, third from top. And the Vivian's Grizzly can help us search for Rhonas. Okay, let's drop the Grizzly. And we're going to hold up Battlefield Promotion as a nice combat trick on them. So, I could swing with the Mowu actually. Seems pretty decent. We'll see what tricks they've got up their sleeve. Might as well push 3 damage, there's no reason not to. And end turn. Premonition, okay, that's not really exciting at all. Pass to attackers. So Rising Populace can just block the 5/5. So we're gonna do that block there. Chandra's Pyrohelix. Battlefield promotion on the Rising Populace. Giving it first strike. And opponent concedes. Okay, deck seems like it's going to do pretty well. Against the Saheeli, what do we want? We want the. I think the early aggression is going to be really handy. Do we want steady aim or maybe a Kaya against some of those big creatures? Not necessarily. The Lynx allows us to push pretty hard against their Planeswalkers early on in the game. Pegasus lets us do that as well. Crawl Stinger's good. New Horizons lets us put counters on things. We don't have a huge amount of proliferate, but I think even just the few counters we have is better than nothing. I don't think we really need to make any changes to the deck. We'll just see how it does in the second game. Okay, so opponent goes first. We're fine with this hand. We get a War Screecher and a Pouncing Lynx, so their Planeswalkers will not be safe. Okay, let's start with the Forest. That way we don't reveal that we have Defiant Strike by the game pausing to give us priority to cast it. So it would give us priority to cast Defiant Strike on the Augur of Bolas here. And I think we want to just play the War Screecher since it actually blocks the Augur of Bolas, whereas the Lynx does not. It also helps us pressure their Planeswalkers if they're about to drop one. Okay, so drop the Lynx. Are they going to counter this? It seems a little silly to counter a little Lynx, but I mean the Augur of Bolas blocks it, so but we will know attacks because there's no point trying to push damage when they're just going to equalize it. Okay, so they've got Saheeli on curve, more or less. I think they had it in their hand and maybe they just top decked it.
We'll create great things, you and I.
Okay. Let's Defiant Strike the War Screecher. Draw a card. Okay, no land.
Is destruction your only art?
So they're probably going to cast Dismissal the War Screecher. Oh, they got Dovin comes out as well.
Whatever your plans, they're statistically likely. There are many who have turned weakness into a virtue.
Guild Globe, Saheeli. Draws a card. And swing for 1. Okay. Can we find land? We found land, so it's all good. Let's drop the Rising Populace here. No attacks. So this is going to give them time to set up, but what are they setting up for? I guess to proliferate and create a larger mass token? And just flood us with servos? That also seems to be like a fairly legitimate plan. So at least we get to block one of their creatures here, so they're not going through for quite so much damage. And they're probably holding up a Crushed Descent, which we can't do a huge deal about. Maybe they're planning on playing something. No, they're just going to hold up. So if we play the Rising Populace, it's probably going to get Crushed Descented. So would we rather play the Iron Bully, putting a counter on Screecher? Seems fine. Nothing exciting. We could play the Wanderer, But if they do start amassing that up really hard, then we do need an answer to it. Dovin's being a bit of a problem with our spells. Let's play the Rising Populace again. Looks like they've got the Crush Descent. Yeah, okay. So if they amass again on their turn, at the very least, we can... if they amass again, yeah, we can exile the token with Wanderer.
Boxes are made to be thought outside.
Goblin Assailant. Okay, that's pretty unexciting. Okay, we'll just block the 3/3. Okay, and what would we rather play here? I think we would like to play the Bloom Hulk. I know it doesn't proliferate, but it does trade for their token. So, what has our opponent got off the top? Just an island. Okay, so they're going to turn the Bloom Hulk off. Let's start cutting down these servos. I know we're taking quite a lot of damage, but it's just what we've got to do. So now we can kill the Dovin. So we could put Mowu down. We could kill the Dovin, but we're not holding up anything, really. I guess we could hold up Defiant Strike. Not sure how relevant that is, but let's do it anyway. Might be relevant if they amass the token up even larger. Let's get rid of the Dovin.
I was incorrect. Go ahead.
And third. What did they pull off the top? Haven Eternal. It's fine. Okay, so they're swinging for 2. So 2 in the air, so we can't block that. I think we might just be dead.
I like to think fast.
I think we might just be dead here. So we've got to block here and here, and we're taking 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're not dead. I think we want to Defiant Strike just to draw a card. Okay, drew Rhonas. So they can't turn another one into a flyer again, but we do need to have stuff on board. So I think we need to play the Iron Bully, putting a counter on itself, and then Battlefield Promotion should give us enough to survive the next swing they make. Oh, I should have swung with Mowu. Oh, for God's sake, why do I keep forgetting he's got Vigilance? So we're not dead. We do have Battlefield Promotion, which does give us 2 life. So is our opponent going to swing? They have lethal, so they might as well. Okay, so we've got a Battlefield Promotion on the War Screecher, which means it trades for the Haven Eternal, which is their biggest threat right now. Let's trade like so. Go down to 2. Okay. So we need to just play as many creatures as possible, I think. So play this. Play New Horizons, enchanting this forest, putting a counter on Mowu. Mowu swings at Sahili, so they can't create more servos.
Learn from this.
If our opponent can pull any kind of damage... Okay, Ugin's Conjurant's fine, because we can just exile it with the Wanderer, so that's fine. So we'll drop the Wanderer. Exiling Ugin's Conjurant.
The bigger they are.
And we will Prison Realm the Grim Initiate. Scrying Gideon's Triumph. I think that's probably worth it. That might actually save our ass if they get some sort of combat trick to deal with us. We'll swing with Mowu. Hit the 5. They find a Chandra's Pyrohelix and we die. House Dismissal on Mowu, okay. Okay, let's drop a Rhonas. It gives everything vigilance. And swing with everything. So they can double block the Iron Bully. Or double block the Rising Populace. Just gonna let all the damage go through. And we'll end turn. Oh, they top deck Chandra's power here. Oh, we can't take non-combat damage. Whoa, Wanderer! You monster! Yes, the concede, the shame concede. I totally forgot about that. Oh, I would have done exactly the same thing. I would have done exactly the same thing. Oh, we do not deserve that game, but maybe we do because we play the Wanderer. The amount of times that her passive has been relevant in drafts, I cannot count. Honestly, people are like, her passive doesn't seem that the amount of times that has, like basically won you a combat or, like, saved you from getting burned out, I can't count. It's ridiculous. Anyway, this hand is a little slow, but, yeah, I'm going to keep it. Oh. All that. Oh, opponent bowls to 5. That feels bad. They scry top though, so that's at least a plus. So I'm gonna play a forest. Okay, red black. I'm gonna play another forest. Drop a 4/3. So we're gonna drop the makeshift battalion. Because at least it blocks the crunch. And I think since our opponent mulled down so hard, we can probably just play the value game, to be honest. Let's drop the populace. And do we want to attack? No attacks. Yeah, opponent's just drawing land, so we should be okay here. We can get a lot of value out of Vivian's Grizzly. Just keep it on board, just keep drawing through our deck. If our opponent can't answer it, they can't answer it. Okay, it's a Defiant Strike. Let's drop the Enforcer Griffin, just stay on curve. And pass turn. Opponent draws more land. What have they got in hand? Nothing they want to reveal. Could be 2 combat tricks. They could have some combat tricks here. Let's just keep dumping stuff on the board. And we could attack with everything. See how they block. I think that seems fine. That's going to go under the Griffin. Crunch is going to block the battalion. Okay. Damage. 2 counters on the populace. Opponent draws more land. I feel bad for opponent. He mulled down to 5, now he's just drawing land. Oh wow, Nebraska's finisher. It's only good if you're on the attack. Not so good if you're in this situation. Do we reveal Prison Realm, or do we just try and win the game without it? I think we Vivian's Grizzly here. Okay, so we'll put that on bottom. And let's swing with the Populace and the Screecher. Opponent lets it through. Okay, and we'll pass. Opponent's getting really land flooded. Which means we need to finish them off before they start drawing actual cards. Because if they draw actual cards, they can play anything in their deck at this point. Do we trade that? I don't think so. Yeah, just go to our turn. The Wanderer. No need to reveal that. Let's just draw with the Grizzly. It's Plains. Oh, just swing with everybody. And our opponent is dead next turn. opponent concedes. So we don't have to reveal any of our cards, and that's a good way to play. If you're ahead and you think you can close the game out without revealing cards, it's a bit greedy, but it can pay off. And in that case, it did pay off indeed. So against a deck like this, it's going to be very aggressive, very low curve. We should be fine against that, to be honest. Do we want maybe a Snare Spinner or something to block Shriek Divers? It's possible. They tend to be pretty highly picked against in Red-Black Sacrifice, because you don't really mind sacrificing them. They're only a 2-1. We might want the life gain from Bond of Flourishing. Maybe we take out a Defiant Strike to put in a Bond of Flourishing. I think that seems fine. We're mostly going to be able to trade for their creatures pretty easily. So I should think their curve's going to be quite low. We can just trade for their creatures. We'll keep this hand. We can dig for more action. Opponent runs Dread Malkin, turn 1. Aega hits for 1, no more plays, okay. And a Bond of Flourishing, try find some land. War Screecher or land? Take the War Screecher. Opponent has a Davriel, okay. I think we'll just ditch the Wanderer. I don't think it's going to be as useful in this matchup. Drop the War Screecher. So Davriel dies next turn, unless they have an answer to remove it. Opponent has got red mana, they just weren't revealing it, or they only just drew it, one or the other.
A mind is a terrific thing to...
Let's ditch the Griffin, because we want to keep Rhonas around. If we ditch Rhonas to discard, then we can't get Rhonas back, so we can't really afford to do that. Okay, the cat goes in for 1. Gonna sacrifice the Davriel. That makes a lot of sense, actually, because Davriel's gonna die to the War Screecher anyway, so might as well get the power on it. Okay, let's drop the Mowu. And we could double block the Malkin or just block the Grim Initiate, so this seems fine. I don't think we're double blocking the Malkin, but we could definitely block the Grim Initiate. That seems perfectly reasonable. So we'll just not block here. No blocks. Take 3. Opponent gets to play more stuff. If they've got anything else to play. Assume they do. Raging Crunch, okay. And a Burning Prophet. So opponent's dumping their hand down. Drop the Rising Populace. And pass. What has our opponent got? Okay, so they're not holding up mana to sack with the Dread Malkin, so we've got a good block on the Dread Malkin now, if they swing with it. Okay. So, no, they're not swinging. Seems like a good idea to swing with the Dread Malkin. Push 3 damage. Seems fine. Yeah, okay, so we'll block with the Rising Populace and the Screecher, see which one he prefers to kill. Okay, there's no need to use the Defiant Strike. Just let that go through. We could Defiant Strike just to draw a card. It's probably worth it. Yeah, Druid Plains, it's fine. Courage and Crisis, so we can make Mowu huge, or we can just play God Eternal Rhonas. I think we make Mowu huge, right? And do we swing with a 7/7? I think we do. So they could kill Mowu, they just have to block with basically all their creatures, which seems fine to me. Because once we get Rhonas down, they're kind of stuffed. Okay, they're going to block with everything. Just these two, okay. We go 3 for 1, Mowu dies. So they've lost most of their power on board, so they're basically in top deck mode, which I'm fine with. We will block the Amass token. Probably got a Vraska's finisher here, but I don't mind trading War Screecher for a Vraska's finisher. It's fine by me. And we will play Gold Eternal Rhonas. So, opponent now has bad attacks across the board. Another Vraska's finisher, another one. Okay, fair enough. And we'll just put her 3 cards under. Seems good to me. And let's drop the Vivian's Grizzly and hold up Battlefield Promotion. Opponent's not really making any gains here, so... Okay, let's block the Vraska's finisher. And Battlefield Promotion, gain 2 life. Kill the Vraska's finisher. Now we can Bloom Hulk, proliferating the Grizzly. Chain Whip Cyclops is pretty annoying though, mind you. So let's proliferate up on the Grizzly. No attacks. So regardless of what Chain Whip Cyclops chooses us not to block, we can still kill Chain Whip Cyclops. So I'm cool with that. They could also just choose not to attack, but their deck's kind of stalling out now. So it should be a win for us. Dreadmalkin could help them push some damage. But we could also just God Eternal Rhonas and then swing at them for a crap ton of damage. Just do that too. The God Eternal never truly dies. So do you want to start trading? Because, yeah. No, I'm just going to take a boatload of damage. And Chain Whip Cyclops is going to stop us from blocking with one thing. But we can still mostly block them. Chandra? Okay, Chandra doesn't really do anything. Unless, of course, they're now digging for a 2 black card. Oh, unlikely aid. So, whatever we block is going to get indestructible, but they still don't have any good attacks. And if they swing with too much stuff, then I could just let that go through, to be honest. No blocks. Because they have to then lose their entire board. So we just swing with everything at their face. And they have to block everything or they die. And we can just play the Iron Bully and put a counter on itself. Make it less susceptible to, say, like a Chandra's Power Helix or something. Now, if they Chain Whip Cyclops to stop Bully from blocking, we just Gideon's Triumph, and it's fine.
No problem. Fire.
Toll the Invasion. If they toll the Invasion, they can't stop us from blocking with the Chain Whip Cyclops, can they? No, they can't. So that has to be land and then toll the Invasion. They can stop this from blocking. They can remove Gideon's Triumph, but they still die on the crackback, so... Okay, you may take my Gideon's Triumph. So you have to drop another creature here, and then you survive. Tybalt, okay. That makes sense. So we drop the War Screecher. We swing everything at their face. How dead are we if we... Maybe we keep the Bully back. They still have to block everything. And this gives them no good blocks. So Chandra's going to uptick. Tybalt's going to downtick. They have to be able to put 3 blockers out again. Goblin Assault Team. That could have killed us. That could have very much killed us. So it's a good job we kept back blockers. Okay, we will block it with just the Iron Bully. And opponent dies. Whew, so it's a good job we kept back blockers, but otherwise we could have been dead. Right, 2 wins. 2 wins with the Rhonas Beatdown. It's going pretty good. Able to outvalue aggro decks. Able to put out enough stomping power on the more mid-range or slower control decks. So it seems like it's a pretty good mid-range that we've got going on here. Lovely cup of tea. Paradise Druid. Okay, so they're going to ramp up a little bit, which is a little scary, but it's not too bad. Let's see what they drop. Maybe a Centaur Nurturer. Depends if they want to tap for New Horizons. Okay. Turns that into a 3/2. It's fine by us. Have they got a 2-drop to play? Maybe a Snare Spinner or something? Maybe a contentious plan that they're now deciding whether they want to use it now or not? Okay. Let's drop another Plains, play the Makeshift Battalion. What have they got here? They could have some pretty big cards. They've got the 6 mana up. Got Eternal Laketra. Yeah, that's a pretty strong card right there. That's pretty strong. I think we'll just carry on playing and see what happens. And we will pass. If we can make a big enough creature that they can't get rid of, we can stop a Ketra. Right? That's how this works, right? Right. Or we just stop a Ketra with Rhonas, because Rhonas can just fight a Ketra and we're all good. So we need to just pull, we just have to pull Rhonas off the top of the deck. Proliferate. Okay. Nice, we killed one of their creatures, yeah, so that's alright. Kill one creature. We could drop the Griffin. And then next turn we can drop Loomhulk and Grizzly. Seems fine. Yeah, we got it under control. We've got this under control. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. It's just an Ketra. It's not like they've got any other cards. They have a Rhonas and an Ketra, and they're splashing for the Oketra off of New Horizon land. Well, we scoop. Wow. So it doesn't look like, aside from their fixing, if we can keep that under control, they might not even be able to cast Oketra. I think we probably want a Kaya in the deck. And we want a Snare Spinner as well, because they have got their flyers. And I think the War Screecher is going to be pretty weak in this matchup. And we want I think we want Bond of Flourishing, because we need to dig for Rhonas as quickly as possible. For a Ditch of Defiant Strike for that. Yep. Well, we're probably going to lose this game, but when your opponent's got 2 God Eternals, yeah, it's not a great time to be had, to be honest. I think everyone will kind of give me a break if I lose this game to double God Eternal. Does our opponent also have an amazing sideboard? Oh, I'm against white-green Proliferate. Let me just sideboard in some of my other God Eternals that I pulled. Okay, we will play first. This is not a good hand. This is a slightly better hand, but not very good. So we need to find a plains. There's the plains. So we could. We're on the Lynx beatdown plan. We're going to beat them down with the Lynx to the point that Rhonas can come down and just kill them. Okay, well, Lynx beatdown plan got shut down pretty quickly. So, depending on what our opponent plays here, that's not too bad. We don't really care about 9 bully too much. But we have literally nothing to play, so we're going to pass and cry. Alright, so our opponent's got double white, so they can play a Ketra if they want. They haven't got double green for Rhonas, though, so that's a plus. Gotta look at the good things, right? There's a Flux Channeler. Okay, so they can just proliferate on their Menace creature. That's also fine. There's a Mowu! Excellent! Mowu can just beat them down. We'll just beat them to death with Mowu. No problem. We'll just Courage and Crisis, Battlefield Promotion Mowu. Go face for like 9 damage. It'll be fine. Be fine. Uh-oh. Oh, swinging with both? Well, I mean, you've got a combat trick, right? So, just let it go through. I ain't silly. That you've got a combat trick. Uh-oh. Oh, Prismite. Oh, no one cares about Prismite. Okay, so I guess we could Bond of Flourishing first to make them think we haven't got, like, a trick. Ooh, Wanderer. Wanderer could be really nice here, especially if they're going to proliferate up on the bully. Let's take Wanderer. Gain 3 life. Swing at them for 3. Battlefield promotion. Haha! You can't even block with the Prismite now, because it still dies. Because it's got first strike now. You go face for 4, so you did nothing. Haha! Wrecked. Screw your second Divine Arrow. Now we just need a forest and we can play Rhonas. And I know I picked Wanderer over Plains, and we could have played Rhonas off of that too, because, yeah. Oh, there's a Rhonas. Well, we can block the Flux Channeler. Do they block Mowu? Do they block Mowu? They're gonna double block Mowu? Okay. We will Defiant Strike Mowu. Take it. Hiya! Take you for 1. There we go. Right, cool. We have maintained ball control. Opponent has nothing but lands. Go Enforcer Griffin. We got this. We got this. We don't got this. We really don't. That's a Rescuer Sphinx. It's just a 3/2, but we can't deal with it. Let's. Ooh. Target the Sphinx. Yes. Yes. Ha. Get wrecked. Bet you didn't see that one coming. Oh, Rhonas. Wow, do you know what's going to happen to Rhonas? Rhonas is going to get exiled. And then we're going to smack you for boatloads of damage. Yeah. We just got to beat them down before they can draw any cards, right? So if they draw cards, we feel bad. If they don't, then we win. So if they draw land here, we win. Huh, that's not encouraging. Let's just drop all our creatures. And swing. Hey-ya! Ooh, have we got it? We got him! Got him! Haha! See, the War of the God Eternals. The Wanderer wins. Remember that. Remember it. Huh. No, we could play Godpharaoh's statue, you know, because if we get that, they can't play their God Eternals, you know? So, let's take out Kaya. Although Kaya does exile God Eternals and gives us more time to, like, actually win. So let's put in the Godpharaoh statue. We'll take out, I haven't seen any flyers of theirs, so I guess we'll take out Snare Spinner. Oh no, they played the Rescue Sphinx. Snare Spinner does trade with that, so it's actually worth keeping it in there. Maybe we take out the Enforcer Griffin, because it's a little slow and doesn't really stop them. There you go, see? Perfect sideboard plan. We got this, guys. We got. They've got 2 God Eternals. Doesn't matter. They won't draw them. If they don't draw them, they can't play them. It's a secret strategy right there. If your opponent doesn't draw the cards they need to win, they can't win. But if they draw a Ketra, we scoop because a Ketra is busted. I don't like this hand, but we do get to draw. So I guess it's okay. And if we have to, I suppose we can Gideon's Triumph, like, maybe a Mana Dork if they, like, play a Paradise Druid and just run it at our face. Ooh, opponent mulliganed. That's a good start. We might be okay here. We're fine, don't worry about it. Absolutely fine. And we've got Prison Realm as well. Oh, it's easy peasy. Easy game. Easy game. Now we just need to, like, ramp into a Godpharaoh statue and then opponent is going to concede. Opponent's stuck on 2 land. Or are we disconnecting? Could be either. Could be either. Ooh, opponent is roping. Okay, opponent has got land. They play a New Horizons. Okay, so they could be dropping a God Eternal next turn. We have our own God Eternal. Let's get the Cruel Stinger out there in case, you know. They're just digging for the God Eternal so hard. Those were probably all playable cards. They're just digging for the God Eternal. So we're going to New Horizon the Plains on the Cruel Stinger. Go face for 3. Take it. We've just got to keep Rhonas and Ketra off the board before they can go off with them. That's a Ketra, but they can't play anything else. So here's the plan. We swing at them. And if they don't block, we Prison Realm a Ketra. Oh snap, boy. Prison Realm. Get out of my game. Can we beat them down fast enough? Possibly, but they might have forced landings, so we need land. So we haven't got long to win the game because Aketra's going to come back. And as long as we can get like Kaya on the board, we can stall Aketra out for a few turns, but not forever. Haven Eternal, okay.
Come on, Mole. Time to have it share in my strength.
Okay. So let's go face. Okay, let's battlefield promotion, the Cruel Stinger. Ha, gotcha. And then pass, sadly, because we don't actually have any other plays. We just need one land. We need one land. We can Rhonas. What are they putting the counter on? On itself, okay.
We'll do this together.
Okay. Still can't find land. Let's swing at the face. Okay, let's battlefield promotion again. Dead. So now they're going to play a Ketra, and we don't have an answer to it because we can't draw anything. Except Rhonas, if we draw land, because Rhonas can block the tokens forever, and also kill a Ketra. And they might have just played all of their creatures, so they don't have any... Oh no, they can get mana off Jiang Yangu. So maybe they can play a creature. Are they gonna tap their creatures, or are they gonna swing? Cruntrangler, oh dear. And it's whenever a creature with power 4 enters the battlefield, i.e. these tokens. Well, at least the Cruel Stinger can kill the tokens. Oh! Rhonas. No attacks. Right, so we got the board on lockdown. We just need one more land for Kaya, and then we can start going ham. Although our opponent's going to go wide pretty fast. We've got to keep these tokens under control. Can we beat the double God Eternal? If they play Rhonas now, we're basically stuffed. We could block some of their creatures if they Rhonas. They could put a counter on a Ketra, so she swings for 8 damage. What has our opponent got? Prison Realm? Oh crap. Oh, and they're going to take the Cruel Stinger. Oh dear. Okay, that's not good, that is. That's definitely not good. Putting a counter on the Cruntrangler. So they haven't got anything else in hand. So what do they swing with? We're tapped out, so we can't get into Triumph a Ketra. I think we let a Ketra go through, because if they just swing with a Ketra every turn, then we can get into Triumph via Ketra. Okay, we've got Lynx. So what do we drop? I think we drop the Rising Populace in case we have to trade Rhonas in, and we hold up Gideon's Triumph. Right, no creatures, no creatures. Just have rubbish spells that don't do anything. That's a Rhonas, that is. That's not good. Maybe I should have killed the Oketra. Okay. So we have to block the Oketra and block the zombie token. And we're not quite dead. Now I could Gideon's Triumph. And if they sacrifice the token, we keep Rhonas. I guess. You should have swung with the 2-1. Should have swung with the 2-1. If they sack a Ketra, then we get Rising Populace becomes a 3-3, which I guess is something, right? Hey, they sack the Iron Bully. Okay, so they only go through for 10. Yeah. And we don't have Rhonas anymore, so... and there's a Godfarer statue we can't cast. Okay, so we lose. Because our opponent has 2 God Eternals, which is fair enough, you know. I think it's fair enough that our deck can't beat that. We only have so many bombs in our deck, and we can't win them all. Can't win them all. Let's see how we do in the next game. I think the deck, funnily enough, the deck held on that long against double God Eternals, which I think gives it some credit, you know? Give credit where it's due. Opponent is deciding whether they want to keep their hand or mulligan. They're not deciding very quickly, but that's okay. Oh, if we can't get 3 wins, we can't go infinite. That's the problem. I'll actually be short like 90 gems. So we've got to win this game. We've got to win it. Otherwise, the run comes to an end. Opponent goes for a Snare Spinner. Let's put a counter on the links and hit them for 3. New Horizons, making Snare Spinner a 2-4. Do they swing or not? They don't swing? Okay. So we swing with the links again. They don't block. So we drop a Rising Populace. I could have swung with the Bully as well because it's got Menace. I forget that. They only have 1 blocker, so... What has our opponent got? They've got 4 mana, so they should have something they can play. A Bloom Hulk would be pretty scary right now. Gonna put a counter on the Pollen Bright Druid, or... And a Ugin's Conjuring as a 2-2. Okay. So we could swing with the links, we could swing with the Iron Bully. If we swing with the links, what do? They block with everything, I guess. Let's just swing with the links, see what they do. Just that. Okay, we're going to Defiant Strike the links. And pass the damage. And pass turn. So Defiant Strike paying off there. See what else our opponent's got. Probably some Proliferate. I'd be surprised if they didn't have any Proliferate right now. Jiang Yang Gu, okay.
It's nice to meet you. I'd love a friendly duel.
And there's a Bloom Hulk. Put a counter on the Bloom Hulk. Oh god. Oh god.
Your best self.
I think we need green mana. That's not green mana. We literally can't find anything. Well, we can hit Jiang Yang Gu for one with the Iron Bully, you know. So we might as well do that. Hey-ya.
I'll fight if I must.
Alright, no more proliferating shenanigans. No proliferating shenanigans. Just swing at us with your creatures. Just the Bloom Hulk? Okay, yeah, you can hit me for 5. Arlen? Okay, that's not good.
My bite is far worse than my dog. Go, my children. Fight!
Is he going to put a counter on something? On the Polar Bright Druid?
Teamwork is strength.
Okay, that doesn't really help, but it does give us blockers that we can chaff in to make the Populace bigger. Guess we'll just no attacks again. Populace is going to get pretty swole, which might be all we need. If this guy gets big enough, then we can just block their board. But we need green mana. 3 lands and 14 cards is, even for a 16 land deck, is pretty low. I think we'll just chump the Iron Bully in here, just to start getting the counters on the Populace. And do we trade the links for the 3/3? I don't know if we want to go that far, but I think we'll just take 3. So if we can pull green mana for Courage and Crisis, we're actually in a decent enough spot. Thunder Drake, okay. So yeah, we definitely need to start proliferating on this War Screecher. Can they double spell? Don't you dare have Contentious Plan. If you have Contentious Plan, I'm going to be so mad. Casmina's Transmutation, okay. So we can just sack this off, I guess. There's more white mana, which is not ideal, but this will pass. So they can swing for lethal damage very easily. Merfolk Skydiver, please no. This board is disgusting. We just can't pull any green. Like, if we had green mana, we could just play all this easy peasy, no problem.
Please protect my back.
So now they can just proliferate with the Skydiver by tapping some of their creatures. And they can just do that over and over and over and over again because of Jiang Yang Gu. And now Jiang Yang Gu can put another counter on something. I think we're just going to concede because we can't win this game. God damn. We just needed one green mana and we could have started going off and putting some real pressure on them. I think we need the snare spinner, and we probably want steady aim as well. We could also run forced landing, but that might be a bit much. What do we take out? Cruel Stinger seems pretty good with the Death Touch. Iron Bully's probably a little weak here. And we do want the Griffin for blockers. We could take out the New Horizons, I suppose. Steady aim lets us pump a creature up in case we need to just block to save our life total. Snare Spinner should be able to... Snare Spinner might be a little bit too weak to deal with the Drake, so maybe we just run Forced Landing instead. It's probably better. Steady aim allows any of our creatures to block the Drake, or any of their other flyers, like the Merfolk. But the Snare Spinner only really blocks the Merfolk temporarily until they proliferate up enough, and then it just doesn't do anything. This is better. It's better because we have both colours of land, but it's not good. I don't want to risk mulliganing though when I'm playing first. If I have a pseudo playable hand, I don't want to risk mulliganing, because I'm just going to put myself at -1 card to my opponent. Well, at least we can get Mowu out, right? And then Mowu can just go face, or like at the Planeswalkers, depending on what they drop here. Okay, so we can play the Rising Populace. So they can't just turn 3 Jiang Yangu or anything like that. They have to play a creature. Transmutation. Okay. Play a Pegasus. Swing for 1. Mowu and Pegasus is going to be pretty crazy because we get a Vigilant Trampling flyer then. I want to see if they've got... there's a Thunder Drake. So let's swing with everything and put the Populace in the air. Okay, so we double Defiant Strike on the Populace. We Defiant Strike again. Take it. I'd say that's a pretty good trade for us, because we just cycled those 2 cards. So we didn't lose any card advantage, we just traded our useless, transmuted population of peasants into value, which is always pretty good. If there was a card called Transmute to Value, it would probably look something like that trade there. Looks like their hand's pretty dead, actually, if they're just playing a Bloom Hulk with nothing else. So we're going to drop Mowu, and we're going to swing for 2 in the air. And if they swing with the Bloom Hulk, we'll just Gideon's Triumph them, because I don't want this to get counters on it and then go crazy. Put it on the Bloom Hulk, okay. What else have they got? Maybe a Courage in Crisis? It puts them out of range of battlefield promotions, so they shouldn't be scared of that. Okay. Gideon's Triumph them. Evolution Sage. Well, this hasn't got any counters on it, so that's good for us. Drop a War Screecher and just go face. And I think we're going to go... yeah, we're just going to drop Bloom Hulk. We just need pressure. And swing with both, giving this flying. Do they block? They'll probably just take it. Cool, they just take it. So Skydiver needs a counter on it before it can start going really crazy. And they're just proliferating into nothing, so... I guess they just drop an Arlinn here. Is that the plan? Just drop Arlinn, see what happens. So I'm quite happy to just swing in the air for a ton of damage every turn. Swing for 6 and then swing for 6 again. Or I could swing for 7. Rescue a Sphinx. Okay. Probably should have done that the other way round. Probably. Cruel Stinger. Okay. So I could tap this and then creatures get +1/+1, which means this would trade, this would trade. So let's swing with everything and see what they block. We're going to give the Bloom Hulk flying. Probably should have given Mowu flying, but then again, if they block the Evo Sage on Mowu, yeah, I can just tap the Screecher. Everything gets +1/+1. Hit them for down to 3. So now they have to drop 2 creatures to stop us from just beating them to death. And they can't, so we win. Okay, game 3. Do we want to sideboard in Kaya? I think the Bloom Hulk was a little underwhelming there, but it was a 4/4, which might be all we need. Yeah, I think the deck's fine. We don't need to make any changes. I mean, the Kaya might just save us, but it's 6 mana. When we're running 16 lands and we don't have any ramp, it's a little bit difficult to pull off. This hand seems pretty damn good. We've got the flying plan with the makeshift battalion, so that's pretty decent. If our opponent can't put out a reasonable defense in the air, then we're going to just run over them with a giant makeshift battalion. So let's see if we can pull it off. We've got War Screecher into Battalion into Pegasus, I guess. I've got our little 1/3 flyer. Iron Bully putting a counter on itself. Hey, that's fine. Let's drop onto the forest. Should we put the Pegasus out first? No, I think we'll put the Battalion out first. Swing at them for 1. Thunder Drake, okay. Maybe we should have put the Pegasus out. Now if they can double spell on the Thunder Drake, we're going to feel real sad. We will offer the trade. They don't take it, okay, as expected. I think we can race them pretty hard though with the Bloom Hulk in hand, and Makeshift Battalion's about to fire off. So they have to play 2 spells, which means they're playing like a 2-drop and a 2-drop, or they could play a 3-drop and a 2-drop if they have land. Okay. So we're going to put a counter on the Pollenbright Druid, or on the Thunder Drake? On the Druid, okay. And if they got another Merfolk Skydiver, if they've got a Merfolk Skydiver, like... Oh, Casmia's Transmutation, okay. Let's swing with the Drake, nothing else. No blocks. Okay, so we just have to race the Thunder Drake, which is not ideal, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, let's swing with everything. Do they double block the Battalion? If they block the Pegasus, I might even Battlefield Promotion it. Just going to let it all go through. Sure. End turn. If they swing with the Pollenbright Druid, we'll just Rising Populace, Battlefield Promotion, smack them, drop the Bloom Hulk, proliferate, go crazy, I guess. That's our best plan. So it depends how aggressive they're feeling like, but if they drop a Bloom Hulk here, we feel sad. We feel pretty sad. But then if they play into it, then haha, we might get them. Got them. We'll see. We'll see. Bloom Hulk, okay. So do they play into the fact they have a Bloom Hulk? Are they going to swing with the Pollenbright Druid and give us a trade? They are not going to, so pretty smart plays by our opponent. Just have to let it go through. Okay, so we've got a Cruel Stinger we can put out, but we can't put out the Bloom Hulk then. Is it better to play the Cruel Stinger? We could swing with everything and then see what they do. I think we put out the Cruel Stinger. And we swing for 1, 2, 3, and we'll keep back the Rising Populace. Put a counter on the Makeshift Battalion. If they double block the battalion, I'll just take the trade on the Bloom Hulk. Battlefield promotion does give us 2 life, so if that's the only block they make, I'm fine with that. Get a counter on the Populace, and we'll end turn. So Populace can block the Bloom Hulk, Stinger can block the Pollen Bright Druid, and then they go through for 7. If they can put a counter on the Drake, they might feel lucky. Might feel lucky punk, but we've got Battlefield promotion to give us 2 life, which might be everything that we need. So those two are going to fight the Stinger. Do we just die? Depends on what they swing with. They swing with everything. So we block the Bloom Hulk. We Battlefield promotion the Rising Populace, and our opponent dies on the Crackback. Except we're dead, so... Oh, maths. Maths is far too hard for me. Oh, dear. Oh, well, never mind. Oh, well, that's the end of Infinite, then. Because we're 90 gems off being able to play another run. So, have to wait until, the BO1 comes out. Oh, well. That's fine. Let's see what we get here. Oh, a time wipe. That's pretty sweet. And we got another time wipe. The game is telling us something. Maybe it's telling me I own a lot of the rares already. Ooh, Casualties of War. Board wipes. So the game is telling us to play 4-color board wipes as a deck. Well, never mind. I mean, I've got so many drafts recorded. Let's see, we've got 2 in the folder, so that's one. Those are the sealeds. So I've got 2 sealeds. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 drafts! I have played 20 drafts with no money. I've spent no money on drafts. And I've gone 20 consecutively. And I'm slightly off being able to play another one. Just very, very slightly. Which is fine. Because as I said, the BO1 drafts will come out, and then that will reward you with gems for playing it, which I can use to play the traditional draft. So all is well. Anyway, that's the end of that. Selesnya didn't do too good. I'm not a massive fan of the Selesnya Proliferate. I think the Simic one's just got a lot better cards for it, and a lot better at holding the board up, especially with things like Thunder Drake. It's just so much better. But we tried our best with the pool we were given. And that's what we got, which is fine. We've got a nice collection of wildcards and a nice collection of gold to use when the BO1 comes out. But that's the end of the video. As always, it's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.